Hello, it's George again. Sorry it's taking me so long to get another video out. This is just going to be a quick overview of what I've done to my Jeep. And I should have done this before I started doing everything. That way y'all could kind of see the progression. But hindsight's 2020 and I get busy. So just for an overview of my Jeep, it is a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo WJ. So first, what I've done is my license plate, or not my license plate, my headlights when I first got it were black and smoked. That's how the person had it. It made it really hard to see at night. So eventually I got, these are factory ones I got from the local salvage yard and put them in with some high caliber bulbs. I wanted to put LEDs in, but I couldn't find any that fit. So I ended up just doing some high power halogens. But so far, they're really good. Not really an upgrade, but this used to be silver. And I've spray painted a matte black, which looks really good, I think. And then here's the other headlight. You can see. The other thing I did is mounted these tow hooks. These are factory tow hooks, but they're meant to be on like a limited model of this year. And again, I found them at a salvage yard. It cost me like maybe 20 bucks and I've got them all mounted. So I've cut my bumper. It used to have a little area down here that for like fog lights, but I've cut that out. So I've got a little bit more clearance and it kind of gives it a little bit better look. You can see I am a firefighter, so I got my tag. So, but coming around, it does have bigger tires than normal. But inside here, the inside fender well, I took the plastic, you can see the rivets, and I moved it from where it's set, where it was like right here on this lip. I've pushed it up, so I got almost like an extra 1.5 to 2 inches of clearance inside here. And so what I'll end up doing is coming in here again with some like bed liner paint. I'll clean all this up and do that. I will be putting new coils on here at some point. Like I said, these are bigger tires than what factory. They're still 16s, but they're taller. My Jeep does have a 2-inch lift kit on it, so that's handy. As far as on the outside also, I have this luggage rack. I bought that on Amazon. It's a 64-inch rack. So it's got a spare tire up there strapped down. And you can kind of see these seat belts. Them came off of ambulances. I do work on an ambulance. So we were getting ready to throw away a whole bunch of stuff. And cot straps is one of them. So I have a lot of cot straps I managed to save, and we did a bunch of stuff. Here's my WJ sticker. My friend on the ambulance, Raven, she made them for me. You can see I've got a bike rack up there. It's because we just went to the lake, so we had all the bikes, you know, loaded up. So I haven't taken that off yet. Back here, the only thing of really significance, you can see I have mud flaps. You can see up there in the front. That was the last thing I just put on was my mud flaps. And I have my trailer hookups for my camper. That's it as far as the outside goes. I have replaced this mirror. Initially it was broken, so it had to be taped. So again, went to the salvage yard. Salvage yard was my friend on a lot of these little things. And things you can't see is I changed out the transfer case and the CV joint and all the U joints underneath it. The CV joint, I guess, has gone bad, and it ended up locking up and tearing up my transfer case. So I changed out the transfer case and discovered the CV joint was bad. And then I've changed out all my U joints while I was under there. So That's about it as far as the outside goes of any major significant things I've done. Going into the inside, I'm going to apologize for the mess. I made these right here, the proverbial oh shit handles, as what they're commonly called. I took out the factory ones and just made these paracord ones. You can see them. If you want me to do a video on how I did that, just leave a comment in the description down below, and I will do videos on exactly how I did these. I'm not going to go over how I did it right now, but that's what I did. Other things that I kind of carry in here: flashlight. I've got a reflective belt, gloves, binoculars. Carry the reflective belt. On the other side, you can see there's a reflective vest. Just in case I ever break down in the middle of the night, I've got a way that I can be seen. In here, these used to be silver, and I've done a vinyl wrap and covered them with a camouflage look, which kind of fits everything. I got a GPS unit. People ask me why I have a GPS unit when nowadays you can have everything on your phone. Well, sometimes you go places that phones don't always have signal, so it's always good to have a backup. Satellite radio, got that from Sirius. So, and then you can see a lot of this other stuff I did re-vinyl covered to where it's got the camouflage look. Right here you can see these are nice pretty white. I've gone through here and changed all my interior lights to white LEDs, so it's a lot easier at night. Tourniquet, pin, little stickers. Let me see if I can sit down in here and make it to where y'all can see it a little bit better. Okay, you can see I've got it velcroed up there. It's in case I ever roll this Jeep, that turning it's there and I'm not having to try and hunt for it. I know exactly where it's at. Driver and passenger can both reach it equally. I ended up putting this Velcro stuff up here for the purpose of these fishing poles. And I did a video before about my fishing pole rack, which I'll show y'all again in this one when I get back there. But these were rubbing, you can see, they rub on my headliner. So what I ended up doing was, the really bad spots, I put this Velcro up with just standard Velcro and spray adhesive, and it lets me hang these patches, my work patches for my coat and stuff, but also it gives kind of an extra buffer against the fishing pole rods rubbing against it. So you can see I got my face masks. You know, I've got a couple of them that I carry in here. Diffuser, which is down here. I ended up running, I've got this big splitter right here, and it's ran up underneath my center shifter console and plugs in right there. So I have my phone charger, which here's yes, I have a thing for paracord, but it's handy. But I end up paracording this because it's a lot easier in the dark to find this big thing than it is to find a little cord. So, and it gives me extra paracord. So you may have, if you've seen my video on my day bag, I have one in there too. But the GPS and the satellite radio and my phone charger all plugged in here, plus a heating pad. I have real bad back problems, so it hurts from time to time. So I've got these seat covers. Again, I got them on Amazon. I got this whole set for like 30 bucks. In front and back seats. But underneath here, I have a heated seat pad plus a lumbar support, which helps me quite a bit. So we'll go to the middle. There's not so much in the middle of my Jeep. You see, here's the rear handles I made. And again, leave comments down below. I will do a video if everybody wants to show you how I made these. It's pretty simple stuff. But again, my seat covers, floor mats, blah, blah, blah. And there you can kind of see the fishing pole rack. There's a video that I did where I explain everything that I've got in this. It's pretty simple. So, the other thing I've done, and this is kind of a safety thing. I mean, I work on namelets, so I get trauma shears pretty easy. And I got carabiners. But what I ended up doing was, you can see these are carabined to these seat belts. And my thought process behind this is, if I'm driving and I have an accident, roll my vehicle, somebody's hurt, and I got my kids or grandkids in here with me, it is so much easier to explain to them how to use a pair of scissors to cut a seatbelt than to try to have some fancy seatbelt cutting pocket knife on me. I do have a seatbelt cutter on the passenger side when I get around there. On that seatbelt, an actual just seatbelt cutter. And then I have stuff over here for on my driver's side, which I need to get a new blade for. But just for the back seat, if I'm dealing with kids, why not make it simple? And working on an ambulance, I have cut way, way, way more seatbelts with trauma shears than I have fancy stuff. Here you can see I always carry a jacket and a raincoat in my Jeep. These happen to be the ones I wear at work, but I always have them in there because you never know when I'm going to get caught out in bad weather. All right. To the back of my Jeep, here you can see the fishing pole rack again. It's on bungee cords. Again, there's a video. I'll link it in the description if you want where to find that. Also, there's my first aid kit. The only thing that's different in this than in my video that I made about my first aid kit is I have a mask that I carry in there. You see I have it strapped up again. Seatbelt ran through. I have a little 12-volt air compressor. A bag full of spare clothes and like a hoodie, warm clothes, which I've actually used several times. I've been caught out on things and gave me something to do. This right here, this box is a toolbox where I keep, you know, basic tools and equipment, things to fix stuff. I carry a sleeping bag in here, partially because I use it at work. And you never know, if I ever break down, I've got a way to stay warm. This right here has water, radiator fluids, transmission fluids, oil, stuff like that in there. I also do carry this right here, just a little camp light. That way, in case I ever need to just get back here in the dark out camping and don't want to open up all the lights and burn stuff, I've got it there. Strap, put this on. Again, just a seat belt that I acquired from work that they were going to throw out. Excuse me. Keeps me from stuff falling out on me. This is an emergency kit. If y'all want me to explain to you what all I have in my emergency kit, then by all means, leave a comment. Let me know something. That little box right there is probably the most important box in this vehicle, and I will show you why. Toilet paper. You know, y'all, you want to laugh until the first time you're caught out without it. So I always carry that in here. This, I wired this in. This is a little 12-volt plug. I vinyl covered it just like everything else. That way I got 12-volt power back here. It's always on. But I also have this little 400-watt inverter that runs directly to the battery. Underneath here is another spare tire. Eventually I'll probably end up putting a new bumper on the back of this that has a spare tire rack. So this down here will become storage. So some of this stuff will go in there and free up more space. So that's about it for stuff I've done to my Jeep. In the future, like I said, I have plans to put bumpers, to put like a molly rack system inside so I can hang stuff. But that ought to do it. So if anybody has any questions, comments, please feel free to ask. Post them down in the comments. Suggestions, things I can do, maybe things I could do better. Again, please let me know. But for right now, this is George with Medic Gone Wild. I'll see y'all outside, and everybody stay safe during this time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.